Hey guys, welcome to a new installment. I hope everybody's enjoying the page so far, and I've fired up my old YouTube account again, and hopefully it's going to be filled with a lot better content. I'm a bit more confident with the camera than I used to be when I first started the channel. So yeah, I just wanted to update you on what to expect in the future, and there's going to be all kinds of stuff going on. Hopefully, I've got really big plans for this, and I'm hoping to try and make a new life out of it after all this is done. I don't know whether many of you know, but I've been a professional chef for 17 years and always had an interest in bushcraft. So I really want to start chasing that dream now, and hopefully make something of it, and hopefully people can enjoy joining me. Yeah, so I'm going to go through a few basic bits of kit and how to use it, how I use it, and maybe hopefully you can take something away from that, or making whatever you're doing already a little bit easier. Yeah, so a little bit about myself. I have extensive knowledge of wild camping and bushcraft and outdoorsy stuff, hunting, fishing, etc. Everything that comes along with like the whole bushcraft life. So yeah, I'm going to set up a tarp now, and we'll just go through basic items that you would use as a bushcraft camp or a simple survival sort of scenario. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy. Thank you very much. Okay, so before we go into setting up the tarp, it's a military style camp that we'll be setting up. So it's a military basher, just with the mat on the floor and the sleeping bag, as basic as you like. If you've never camped like this before and you've always been in a tent, I'd probably go with someone, because it's a completely different experience. You're a lot more open, and if you're not used to that sort of thing, it can be quite overwhelming, the sounds, and you are a lot more open with nature this way. That's why it's the preferred choice for myself, and I know there's a lot of other bushcrafters who would prefer this setup. So we'll talk about the pack and why a military style Bergen is a good choice if you are going to be doing like bushcrafty wild camping or stealth camping. And that's simply just because there's only a few criteria that you need to cover all aspects of wild camping, and that's a sleep system, a cook system, first aid and illumination. If you get them things, then you've basically covered everything. So yeah, we'll start with the sleep system, and you've got this big central pocket on a military style Bergen, so the whole sleep system goes into the middle of the pocket to save aggravation. So if you only needed your cook kit, it's all in your side pockets, or if you only want to set up your camp, then you only have to open the middle pouch, the main pouch. So you're not like messing around pulling bits and bobs out, because you can have all these small things that are just a nightmare when you've got too many of them, and you're pulling it all out just to get to something in your sleeping bag or whatever. So yeah, the sleep system, if you think of there's only 3 items you need for your sleep system, and it's something to sleep in, something to sleep on, and something to sleep under. So something to sleep under would be your tent or the tarp, as we're going to be doing today. Something to sleep on, that would be a roll mat, or something more natural, maybe even a big pile of leaves, whatever you want. And something to sleep in, and that would be a sleeping bag or wool blanket, anything. The choice is endless. People do it all kinds of ways. Hammock even, that would be covered under that criteria. And then your first aid, that's pretty basic. You can buy first aid kits cheap as chips nowadays. And then your cooking system. I'll be going through my cooking system, and obviously tools. That's another one that needs to be covered, but we can do a separate video on that. But with these military style Bergens, you've got these detachable pockets, so you could take these pockets off and just zip the 2 zips together and make one smaller pack, or even strap your tent to the side and not have a side pocket. There is really so many options that you can do with a military style Bergen. Like here, where I like to keep all my tools, so I don't even have to open the pack for that. So I've got my axe, there's a spoon knife, some secateurs, trowel. Trowel is always a good one because digging up worms for bait or whatever, burying your doo-doos. And then obviously a folding saw is always a good idea. And that just zips up then, and we haven't even had to open anything. So yeah, we'll start with setting up the tarp and how I do it, and hopefully it can give some of you an idea to make what you're doing already easier, or you know, if there's a way that you're doing it that you think it might be a good idea for me to try, then I'm happy to receive that information. So yeah, we'll get on to it and see how we get along. Right, so to make life simple, it's always a good idea to find 2 trees. You don't have to have trees, you can use walking poles or whatever, but yeah, so these are my trees of choice. So here we go. Top, I always keep my waterproof jacket. I keep it like that all year round because you can chuck that on if you're, well, whenever really. So first thing that comes out is my cordage. Now, I've just got some carabiners on prusik knots, so you can set up your tarp so many different ways just from having that from 2 points. I can set it in any kinds of configurations with no time at all. So we'll chuck this up. So if you want to stealth camp, you don't want to do it too high. I go well, waist height is ideal, just so you can like sit up in it. I'll do a separate video on knots. So that's our main line. Now these prusik knots all slide, so you can see how effective it can be. I like to keep everything in dry bags if possible. Obviously the weather's been beautiful recently, so it's not really important, but I like to practice if it's always raining, and then you're never let down. So this is the basher. Any of you who are interested in getting one of these, they're mega cheap at the moment on eBay. I've seen them going for £10. So it's definitely mega worth £10. Yeah, and then these clips then, these little carabiners, you just go through the hoops on the corners. And these can be pulled as taut as you like, and they're not going to slide then. And on this one. So we're just going to pull this out and peg it down. I've got some pegs in the side pocket here. And you can just whip. So that's used as a hammer, which you can be whipped out at any time. So that's that. And what we can do now is, because we've got hoops in the middle there, I'm just going to use bungees just to pull the centre up, so we've got a bit of extra height under there. So to prop it up, I've just got this stick. So what we end up with is something that looks like this. Plenty of room under here. I can sit up and enjoy the fire if I wanted a fire in front of it. I normally I've got a wood burning stove, so I just use that because you don't really need a fire and if you're on your own. Depending on what I'm cooking, obviously. Hopefully we do a little bit of cooking today, so that might be something to be excited about. And let's go look around the back. So here we go. The prusik knots joined like that. I've got another one there that could be pulled tight, but it's not necessary. And then the back, so we got that. It does look a bit complicated, but all it is literally a stick. That's completely freestanding. I can move that anywhere. But obviously the bungees are holding it in place. And then, yeah, so that goes to the tree there. As you can see, the angle is steep enough to, if it did rain, it would be absolutely fine. Well, I've never had a problem of getting wet so far, so. Right. So, funnily enough, it's started to rain after all this nice weather, thank God, because we've needed it. So I brought everything inside and I'll continue going through the setup from inside. All the kit's underneath, I'm underneath. I don't know if you can see, it doesn't look like I am actually underneath from there, I don't think. So, next thing to come out, I've got this is just a little ground sheet. It doubles up as a stretcher and a survival A-frame shelter. I've got the full setup, but I've not had a chance to set it up yet. Roll mat comes out. My handy little patchwork there. And there we have it. And the sleeping bag. I just stuff it in. It's already waterproof because it's in the bivvi bag. So I don't worry about putting it in a dry bag. Puff it up. And in she goes. Anything that, like the wrappers or your storage bags, chuck them straight away, and then let me just show you this. So lining my Bergen is another piece of roll mat that I can use if I needed to. I've never really needed it with my inflatable one, but it keeps the outside of the bag waterproof and anything sharp from poking through. And obviously it's insulated, so it keeps it warm as well. So that's what we end up with. Now that's a 7 foot, well I think it's 7.5 foot sleeping bag. And as you can see, it's definitely in. So, and obviously it's in a waterproof bivvi bag anyway. So yeah, that's it guys. It's literally as simple as that. Right, so that brings us to the end of this video. I hope everybody enjoys. I'm going to be, over the next couple of weeks, I'm really going to be pushing my ideas to hopefully do something new that people haven't done before, or I don't know, shelter building. I'm going to be doing some fishing videos soon. I got a lot planned, but obviously I'm balancing everything with my normal life, and with all this stuff that's going on, it's quite difficult to get out. I find it hard enough walking around with my pack on without someone phoning the police on me. So yeah, it's some crazy times, but we just gotta keep trying and keep doing what we love. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and yeah, thank you very much for joining me on my journey, I guess, and I'll see you soon.